I almost got my son unalived. I don't care. It happens. Am I the a-hole?
Hey, if you go back like 100 years, child mortality, you die at 4.
I can be an angry driver, so to work on that, I have started giving people thumbs up instead of the middle finger. Interesting strategy. It helps me have a better attitude, and I find myself being frustrated less when driving when I don't let my anger be my reaction. Well, today that backfired on me, although who knows what would have happened if I had escalated to the middle finger. I was driving behind 2 cars in the fast lane on my way home from grocery shopping with my young son. The slow lane was wide open, and the truck in the front in the fast lane was driving just under the speed limit. So I changed lanes, passed around on the right, giving my usual courtesy thumbs up as I passed the truck. A couple of miles up the road, I get into the left turn lane and I'm stopping for the red light. Well, that truck wasn't turning and they had a green light, so they were going 60 to 65 miles per hour as they drove past me.
Wow.
Jeez, as a truck? They threw a live shotgun shell at my truck as they passed. What?
The fuck?
It hit the flat back of my window of my pickup, right behind my son's head. It was so loud, my ears were ringing and my son started crying. Luckily, the window didn't break and we're both fine now, but damn, I was fuming when I saw that shell and realized that that is what he threw at me. I reported it to the police, who say they will check the cameras at the intersection, so fingers crossed there's consequences for them. Quick edit, seems some took the truck to mean semi-truck. It was just a heavy-duty pickup truck. I was also imagining that. That's so funny. And then edit number 2, the shotgun shell did not go off. It hit the glass at 60 to 65 miles per hour and was shockingly loud. It hit sideways, so the plastic and the metal ring on the primer side hit the glass.
Well, like that boils my blood. Who does that?
Pretty insane.
Is there an update? That's it?
That's it. That's all we got. I mean, any object, think about like a little rock going at 60 miles an hour. That's crazy.
That is fast.
That is super fucking fast.
super fast. What would you do if someone threw a shotgun shell at you? Would you report them or would you just go about your day?
I would definitely, especially if my kid was in the car.
Yeah, I would 100% report. Has anyone ever thrown anything at you while you're driving, or have you ever thrown anything at someone else? Let us know your road rage stories in the comments below. And let's get into this next one.
Let's drive on in.
I was hit by a car yesterday. What are my options? I'm in California.
Damn, getting straight to the point.
Getting straight to it.
And you know, there's no 2 better legally trained lawyers than us.
So as the title states, I, 18 female, was hit by a car yesterday walking across the street in San Francisco. There was construction going on. It's a very confusing intersection. The lady turned right on a red while I was crossing. There was no light, but a construction worker was holding up a stop sign and a motion for me to go. She hit me going approximately 15 miles per hour. I was unconscious for 20 seconds.
Jeez.
Oh my God. So here's the thing. She didn't get out of her car. She just rolled down her window. She asked me if I would like her information and even offered me a large amount of money. I said in a complete daze, no thank you. She then left after a couple minutes. I was bleeding from the back of my head and had some abrasions on my body. The construction guys are the ones who rendered aid to me, but I refused an ambulance because I don't have any medical insurance and would never be able to afford the $3,000 fee.
OP.
America, dude. Anyways, I stumbled to the hospital, which was about a mile away. I honestly don't remember much. The doctors called me foolish because I was seriously injured. They did a CT scan and a full body x-ray. Besides the multiple body fractures, I also have a severe concussion with minor bleeding in the brain. Girl, you in for a check. Get those security cameras.
Please.
They were going to admit me for at least a couple days, but I left after 5 hours because I just can't afford the hospital stay, let alone the CT scan and x-rays. This was very stupid. I know I am hurting bad this morning about 24 hours later and have a bunch of neurological symptoms. My case manager at the youth shelter I'm staying at is making me do a police report in person this morning. He's coming with me and is talking about maybe making me return to the hospital. Besides all that, I really don't want this woman to get in trouble. I'm just glad I'm okay, but I'm injured pretty bad and still working off adrenaline. A few people have told me that she is required to call 911 regardless. Is that true? What are my options? I feel a little taken advantage of because I wasn't thinking straight immediately after the accident. Thank you.
That lady treated trying to work with the girl as like a McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah,
just like,
oh, can I take your order?
Hey, you good?
Sorry, I can't hear that. Oh, okay, bye.
Wow, that is a really, really rough situation.
There is an edit. The police report has been filed.
Okay.
But she needs to see if there's security cameras. There's cameras everywhere. We live in a society.
We do live in a society
where we are always under surveillance. Have you ever gotten hit by a car or any kind of vehicle? Let us know.
Yeah. Also try not to get hit by cars.
Yeah, please don't go looking to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
That's also our advice. But let's jump into this next one.
It's for the gas. Someone hit me with a car and now wants to sue me. I'm going to fight back. But am I the a-hole? On Monday, I was in a crash at a really busy intersection. A crash happens multiple times a day there, so I'm fairly careful around that area due to all of the crashes. I was sitting at a red light for around a minute before going when the light turned green. However, as soon as I made it about halfway through the intersection, my vision went white and the world started spinning. Oof. All my airbags had gone off, my oil just started to spill all the way down the street, and my console was smoking. So I missed the part of the crash where the other party tried to hop on the interstate and cross state borders, but a man a couple of cars behind me took off after them and brought them back. When the cops finally showed up after around 45 minutes, the other party decided to lie and say that I ran the red light.
Dude, it's always like that, dude.
Always. He also showed a gift card instead of an ID.
Like as a bribe?
Would you like $7.50 on a Cold Stone Creamery card? And I'm still so bewildered by that. Thankfully, the man in the car directly behind me also had a dash cam and basically forced the footage on the cop with how adamant he was about giving it. And OP is really surrounded by some good Samaritans. Again, after calling insurance, I've now found out that they are holding on to the lie that they didn't turn a red, despite the footage proving that they did, and the 6 witnesses, including a prison officer, that were all saying that he was the one at fault. Can he get me in trouble with these lies? I'm scared that one morning I'll wake up and find out that they decided that he was right and I'll have to pay for his entirely effed up SUV. He popped the wheel, the hood was so dented you could see underneath the engine that was in pieces, and I really just don't want to pay for his bad decision. Is it possible that I'd have to? Editing to make a quick note here, but I did initially start this whole thing by filing a claim with my own insurance at the incident site. My insurance told me that I shouldn't have done that because it makes me look like the guilty one and that I had to do it through the other person's insurance.
Right. Usually you fire when you are not at fault, you file through the other person's insurance. But like, you know, if you have the dash cam footage and the witnesses, it should be fine.
I didn't know that actually. That's a good tip for me. But yeah, a lot of car stories today, guys.
Tell us your car crash stories. Put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you remember of it.
That's right. And with that, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you soon.